Hey everyone, welcome to the new Nuthouse Studio and episode 2 of the Soapbox Smorgasbord podcast, the sequel that no one asked for, presented by Gone Squirrel Radio Show. We are your host, Jason.
And I'm Ryan. Freak out, freak out.
We have a fun show for you today. We're going to do some taste testing and have some snacks, and we're going to do some more icebreaker questions and some stuff like that. First, I want to start off by kind of explaining the studio. We did some talking, and we decided that we didn't want to do tear down and set up every time that we recorded. Ryan has a pretty nice sized basement, and it really wasn't in use, so we decided to turn it into a studio. And you see this big smorgasbord of decorations. This bracket you can see behind, if you are watching on YouTube,
Like Vanna White.
is going to be used on future episodes. Basically, it's going to be kind of like a best of the best of the best type thing. And yeah, we've got some nice lighting in here that's set up. We've got enough seating. Well, not seating yet, but we have enough space to at least have one, if not two, guests on future podcasts. Yeah, got some different types of peanuts out, and
Yeah. Oh,
you killed the squirrel.
no. Let me crack some of these nuts.
I don't know.
Oh, you're a brother.
So
They went everywhere.
these, yeah, that's what she said. So these little squirrel decorations came from my friend Christy. I have been struggling to try to find anything squirrel. I looked everywhere and didn't have any luck. And then this cool little cheeseburger thing here, if you can't see it, I will, because you're listening on Spotify or just not looking at the screen, I will post a picture of it on our Facebook. But that came from my friend Camille. We have a whole bunch of hot sauces that will get tried on episodes. I think, what is that, habanero ketchup? Ketchup.
This one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost pepper ketchup,
Oh.
yeah. I'm not excited about that.
Woo.
But, yeah, we're going to start off with trying these buffalo-style eggs from Sauter's Eggs.
I better keep the trash can out. You don't know if I'm going to... Yeah.
You can find these.
My name is Ralph. Sorry.
You can find these at a lot of quick shops have them. I accidentally grabbed one by mistake, and yeah. And we're going to try not to smack our lips and chew with our mouth open inside of the microphone.
I'm doing that because I got these nuts in my mouth.
I know there's people that like that type of stuff. Hey, actually, here I got an idea.
Yeah, get the scissors out, man.
No. There's two.
Ah, all right.
So, yeah, I know there's people that watch those weird. I'm not a big fan of the. Have you watched any of those where the people have like the candy and they just talk real quiet and you can hear like every crunch and everything, and they eat it real slow? I've seen them. I'm not a big fan, but we're gonna try not to smack our lips and stuff.
I like for you to see food. See, get it? Seafood.
So I've had these before. Ryan has not. So we're going to. We're gonna give them a try.
You got water ready?
You can see they're nice, pretty orange color.
If you got a white shirt, it'll stain you. Maybe it'll stain my teeth.
All right, let's give her a try. I like it.
You know, I'm not a big fan of buffalo sauce. These are actually really good.
Could you imagine making
I bet your belches are gonna be terrible. Your breath.
Could you imagine making like an egg salad sandwich with this or something like that?
That could be fire.
Yeah, or deviled eggs.
These are actually pretty good. I'm quite surprised. I thought I'd really think they would.
Like I said, these are Saunders eggs. You can see, zoom in, maybe.
pure protein too, man.
But
I gotta watch my girlish fingers.
buffalo style eggs. Okay.
Raph?
All right. Doesn't have
Finger looking good.
It doesn't really have a big kick to it either. So
Got water over there for you.
we got. Yep, I got it. Okay. The next things that we are going to try is dibble dough, and there's peanut butter chocolate chip cookie dough and sugar cookie with sprinkles cookie dough. And these are sold almost like a candy bar. They don't have to be frozen or refrigerated, I mean. But they sell them at Menards. And I'm going to crack open the...
I'll do half, you do the
Yep.
other half, and we'll do vice versa.
Oh, there we go.
Mixing all this stuff in my gut, now that's going to be a whole nother matter later.
Oh, yeah. I'm not looking forward
Good
to
thing
this.
I have a bidet installed.
So, bidet today.
Bidet today.
Okay.
There's your half.
There's
I'll take the other half.
Okay.
All
So this is the peanut butter chocolate chip. So
it's chalky.
it's chalky. It's a little gritty.
It reminds me of dough.
Well, and kind of when you
Straight
eat cookie dough, you almost expect it to be like cold. I don't really. I catch a little hint of peanut butter. I mainly just taste the chocolate and the sugar. Yeah, I like it. I can get down on these.
Not bad.
Especially the fact knowing that you don't have to refrigerate it. So
far, 2 out of 2 is pretty good. Let's see how this other one is. Sugar cookie time.
This is the sugar cookie one. And like I said, this is dibble dough.
Smell it. Whoa. Smells really
Whoa.
good.
It's like they dumped a whole bunch of vanilla in this. Like too much.
It's definitely got a vanilla vibe. It's good.
It's good. Like I said, it's a little gritty. It's not as smooth as like a traditional cookie dough you would make at home. But yeah, I dig it.
Cool.
I'd get these more often.
I like it.
Okay. Now we can try washing this down with a tasty beverage.
With the headphones on, it sounds like I'm chewing on sand.
Okay, we're going to give this...
oh boy, I can wash it down.
So this is a Jones Soda special release. This is Key Lime 3.14, which is, key lime pie, a little play on the number. But it's Jones Soda. And we're going to pop this open. What's our little Jones Soda fortune?
Nice, it's got a little smoky vibe.
On the first week of the next month, do something just for you. Maybe I will.
Yeah. Cups with the sticker on it. Not on the electronics. It would be terrible.
And I will be taking pictures of all these and putting in a post on Facebook too. So, and our other platforms. I think I'm on Threads, Instagram, and whatever we call Twitter nowadays. X. Yep. Okay.
So, hey, cheers.
So,
cheers.
It smells limey.
Oh my, it does.
Yeah. I like it. It's good.
It is refreshing. Awesome, booger.
Those of you looking at the camera on YouTube, yes, I realize about half the label is still stuck to the bottom of my cup. I'll get it off eventually next time it goes through the wash. I like that. Nice and cold.
Mixing all kinds of weird stuff in my gut, man. Pretty soon it's gonna be
bubble gut.
It's gonna be a tornado effect.
Okay.
Excuse me,
So our next snack is Cheetos Mexican street corn flavored Cheetos. Yeah. I think they're crunchy.
I'm only doing a few of those. I'm trying not to mix too many things.
Alright. Oh, extra noise.
It's got Chester Cheetah on there. I used to play a video game back in the day on Sega Genesis. Yeah. I'll check it out.
It's cheesy.
Drop your nose.
Crunchy. It's got a little tiny afterbite, but
I'm alright with it.
yeah, I like it.
I wouldn't mind putting a little. Can I put a little bit of hot sauce on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got like.
What do you want me to do? This one or do this? What's this one?
What's that?
Yellow bird. I think I've had this habanero. Let's do a little bit of this.
Yeah, I like these. Like I said, Cheetos Mexican street corn flavor. I'm a big fan of the street corn. We gotta.
You gotta break the seal, I think.
We got a couple guys that a couple people that set up at a grocery store here in Lawrence called Checkers. And I think about all they sell is street corn.
Well, it's like food for less. Reminds me.
No. They set up in a food truck outside.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, when you go inside, it smells like food for less. Reminds me, there's not a lot of food for lesses anymore.
Yeah.
So this is Yellow Bird habanero hot sauce.
While we're trying stuff
and
like
I'm going to put this on kind of like toothpaste. Yeah.
This is a quick reminder to brush your teeth at least twice a day.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Hold on. Let me try the...
Oh, you want to do that too?
Yeah, I figured while we're trying stuff.
All right. Get this other one too. All right. Here we go.
Bon appetit. That's hot. Yeah, that's hot.
It's hot, but it's got a nice little sweetness to it. I like the sweetness.
Agua.
It's just got a little bit of bite. That's really not that bad. I got it up in the fridge, but I know you guys know from like the show Hot Ones, the bomb that's made in Kansas City. It's like 15 minutes of pain, legit. I did one little drop.
So,
and it was like putting mace in your mouth. It was
the bomb hot sauce.
This is ghost pepper ketchup. I'm gonna do a little of that.
Nice. So when the bomb first came out, I was working at a restaurant working at the restaurant that I worked at, Granddaddy's Barbecue. And I had spent a day going around trying to find just anything food wise that I could try out.
It was a lot. Oh,
tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit. I'm the one that's got to suffer here.
Okay. I don't get the kick right away.
Good though.
I like that.
Me too. Oh,
okay, now I got the kick. Not as bad as the yellow bird. I don't do as much hot sauce.
That's really not that. I feel like this one, the habanero one, had more bite than that ghost pepper. But maybe it's good. Maybe it's creeper. Might creep up on you. Okay.
By the way, the hot sauces.
Those are good.
They came from my in-laws, part of my Christmas present, and I just thought it'd be a cool thing to add here.
I love Christmas, like little sets and stuff with summer sausage, and I love that stuff.
So he mentioned the bomb hot sauce that's made in Kansas City. Years ago, I grabbed that from a little store down in Ottawa, Kansas that used to sell all sorts of barbecue rubs, hot sauces, stuff like that. And I remember turning 18, or I remember when I went to go buy it the first time, they said you had to be 18. And so I went back a few months later, something like that, when I did turn 18, and I bought a bottle. And then it came with this big label that basically gave you a warning not to use more than a couple drops per like a gallon of chili or hot sauce and stuff like that. And I'd say that's pretty close. I mean, the normal person is not going to be able to handle that much heat. And man, I was an idiot kid, and I took way too much of that at once, and I wouldn't touch hot sauce for a while.
Yeah.
But and now that same place
that does perfect. Those are good hot sauces.
So the same place that makes it a bomb hot sauce.
I would like this with French fries.
Yeah.
By far. Phenomenal. Very good.
It's called Original Juan's, and it's in Kansas City on a Southwest Boulevard, Kansas City, Kansas.
Get close up, man.
And so I Yeah, I hope to make a trip there and go get some more hot sauces. They sell a bunch of cool dips and stuff like that, and they have like a hot sauce museum. But okay, on to our next little thing. Everyone has seen the salted nut rolls that are a lot of hardware stores and stuff like that have been around for a long time. They are made by Pearson's, and they now have a peanut butter version, which is Skippy.
Yeah.
Peanut butter nougat, golden caramel, and roasted peanuts.
It's probably going to taste like a payday.
They're similar, but there is enough difference. Yeah, let's.
I'm about to eat a nut roll in the Nuthouse Studio.
Kind of falling apart.
It's all right. It's getting
nuts all over the place.
Nutty up in here.
I didn't even get any peanut butter stuff, but it's got salty nuts.
Oh, that's bomb. It's so good.
In my mouth.
That's good.
That's good.
That was good. Good and terrible.
I like it. I'll set that aside.
Need a trash can?
No. Okay. Well, oh yeah, to get the crumbs off.
There you go.
So, yeah, we were working on some stuff tonight, and changing some stuff up, and so.
Let's rinse down. Let's do this last.
Hold on. Okay. And full disclosure, we swung by Sonic because we were hungry, even though we had all these snacks waiting on us to try. And we got that new what was it? Peanut butter bacon cheeseburger from Sonic.
It's good.
And I've had a couple of the, I think they're called like Goober burgers or something like that, where they put the peanut butter on there.
Yep.
And I like this one a little bit better.
It was good for being a Sonic burger.
Yeah, not too bad. So shout out Sonic, good job on the burger.
Keep the tots coming, love them.
Yep, we have the tots. Okay.
Oh yeah, time to rinse it all down.
Our last little snack is another Jones Soda special release. This is orange chocolate soda. I tried a sip of this, but I tried it when it was warm, and then I set it down, and then the kids took over it. So nice little orange color with the brown. Ooh, see the?
I know, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a little orange tractor on there.
She thinks my tractor's sexy.
Okay.
Yeah. Looks like beer. Yeah, good.
Kinda. Okay.
Yeah. It does have a beer color.
Hold on. Let me get the cap on. Ooh, what's our fortune on this one? Don't think, just go. Don't.
Sad thing, my peas looked like this before.
See a doctor. All right. Smells orangey. Little bit of a chocolate hint to it.
Very orangey.
I think I taste more of the chocolate than I do the orange.
Yeah, compared to the key lime.
I think the key lime's good.
That was real good. This one, I don't know if I can drink all of it, to be honest with you. This might be a miss for me.
It's not. It's not terrible. It's just not a flavor I want as a soda.
I'm good. I'm done with that. I'm not slamming it. You can have that.
Yeah. That wasn't too. I mean, it wasn't the. Yeah.
We didn't.
Key lime soda is one.
So far, that's the only one that I disliked. I like everything so far.
Yep.
You gotta. What's this one?
I'm not doing it.
Extra hot, huh?
I'm done with the hot sauces tonight.
Really? I'll put it on a nut. Give me a second. Which one you? What kind of nut you?
Hold on.
What?
Should we ask the Magic 8 Ball?
Oh, let's do that.
All right, Magic 8 Ball. Should Ryan just take some of this? What's the brand? Habanero extra hot sauce. Should he just take some of it straight on the mouth, or should he put it on a nut? All right, well, I guess this is yes or no questions. Should Ryan take it just straight on his tongue?
Yay or nay?
Come on, move around. Can't see. Better not tell you now. Go ahead and put it on a nut.
Okay.
Yeah. Magic 8 Balls. Playing too many games.
What nut should I do? I got an acorn. Where's the? I got a Brazilian nut. Let's do the Brazilian nut.
Yep.
Let's get cracking. Oops.
You're gonna kill that squirrel.
I know, man. He keeps.
We have so I have a whole bunch of cool while he's cracking his nuts. I have a whole bunch of AI squirrel images that I am going to be plastering on the wall and all the empty space. We're going to try to fill this in. And if anyone has any cool drawings of squirrels or pictures they've taken or whatever, if they want to send to us, we would love to display them and we'll give you a shout out. I've got my friend, I haven't gotten it hung up yet, but my friend Kelsey painted this really cool, like cosmic squirrel thing, and unfortunately, all she had was a picture of it.
See it real quick?
It was a picture of the painting.
Ooh, trippy.
But yeah, I eventually want to get like a big version of that. I think that'd be cool, as like a flag or tapestry or something like that. But all right, Ryan, what is it? Tabanero.
Tabanero.
What's the top? What makes it the top? Is it like taco habanero? Does it explain it on the back? Oh yeah, you ain't got your grandpa glasses.
Yeah, I don't. They're right here though. I can put them on, but you got yours on already.
Yeah, it just says hot or heat. I don't know. All right.
Play on words.
Go ahead.
We don't do that or anything.
Go ahead. Enjoy that ring of fire later.
Well, like I said, I have a bidet. I can douse the hole. Ooh, easy. Ooh.
Yeah, but you know sometimes when you...
I'm not going to tip it and show you, but trust me, it's there.
And those of you listening on Spotify, it's a lot more than I would. Was it hotter than others?
No. Nothing.
See?
This doesn't even have any heat. How is that extra hot? That's extra not. There's nothing.
Hold
on. Yeah, get it.
Where's it at?
I don't know. Hit the button. Come on, man. This is really going to be a wow moment.
There we go. That's the one I was looking for. I've got this little mixer thing back here with a whole bunch of different things.
Oh, mix it up, kid.
It's got some different sound effect buttons. I'm gonna try not to overdo them, but you gotta pop them in every once in a while.
Yeah, this is it ain't bad, but to me, this is no different than Frank's.
I like Frank's.
On eggs.
They've got an extra thick that almost has like a ketchup consistency to it.
This one's the best one, the yellow burger. Oh, that's the best. And the ketchup. I would love to have some fries right now. I would douse them with that ketchup. What you got here?
Yeah, got another. And somewhere else, there's another one.
What's that say? Hold on a second. What's that
Serrano. I think it's Serrano pepper.
I look like ghetto Dr. Phil in these glasses.
Yep.
Serrano hot sauce?
Mm-hmm.
Shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby.
You're just going to give them all a try, huh?
I am.
Do you need another?
Yeah, give me one of those. Or do you want me to do one of these? I'll do one of these.
Hot nuts.
There we go. Ooh, do you smell that? You're with that? Mm-hmm. Man.
Keep that over there. I don't need any of that.
Ooh. Yes. Putting it on like toothpaste.
That might be a little. That one hotter? Which one's the hottest so far? Ooh, we still got one that we haven't tried, huh?
It's not bad. It's got a little bit of bite, but this one's the best one so far. Give me another chip. I got this other one over here.
Right here.
Yeah. Oh, you only got mine.
So, while you're finishing burning your mouth, we can get to some of these icebreaker questions.
Yeah, do it.
Start off with this one. Most likely to not wash their hands after using the bathroom.
Dude, I wash my hands. I'm not religious about like nonstop. I'm not worried about germs or anything, but I think some people overdo that, but after I use the restroom, come on, at least put a water or something.
Definitely if it's public. Definitely if I'm going to be eating. I mean, I used to overwash my hands when I worked at a restaurant. That says blue agave sriracha.
Here we go. Last one.
Okay. Oh, it's starting to get my nose a little bit. But what was I saying?
It's right.
Right. What was I saying? Lost my train of thought there. Oh, so I worked at a restaurant for a long time. I worked at a restaurant for a long time and would overly wash my hands to where my hands were chapped all the time. And I still kind of do that, but not as bad. But definitely every time that I'm in public and use the restroom, definitely if I'm going to be eating. If I'm getting right back into work and I know my hands are going to get dirty, I mean, I'm not going to be sticking my fingers in my mouth while I'm digging a hole or anything like that. But I'd say 95% of the time I wash my hands after using the restroom.
Yeah, me too. I can say that too. Also, this is the best tasting one so far. By far.
Which one's that one?
That's this one.
Oh yeah, the blue agave sriracha.
Yeah. Tastes the best. It's not hot at all, but it's got the best taste. I like that one a lot.
Shout out to Yellowbird. Good hot sauces.
I wouldn't mind having that on some fries too.
Mix that with the ketchup.
Yeah, man. We're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to get some big old thing of fries next time and bring and have those here. Oh, I'm in.
We're gonna have to get some different sauces and stuff. Most likely to sleepwalk. I've never sleepwalked.
Neither have I.
My wife, I don't know. She doesn't really sleepwalk, but she just kind of
really tired zombie walk. I haven't got a lot of sleep. I'm just barely there to walk.
I don't know. She has like not necessarily night terrors. She just kind of like wakes up and panics and thinks something's wrong, but then she's good. Sorry Bailey. I love you for. Most likely to wet the bed.
Okay. Full disclosure. I've only done that when I've drank a lot, which I don't drink anymore. That's one of the many reasons why I don't drink anymore, because of the side effects of it. But I drank so much one time, and it was tequila.
Tequila, yeah.
Yeah, and it. I guess I was so hammered I didn't get up to use the restroom, and I woke up to. I used it on myself and all over the bed and stuff. Embarrassing.
Worst experience at Kmart you ever had?
At Kmart?
Yeah. No. When you woke up wet in the bed. Drunk. Never mind.
Oh. That went right over my head.
Most likely to get pepper sprayed during a protest. I stay away from big crowds like that. So
I'm all for people protesting and stuff, but I mean about it. I've only had pepper spray hit me one time. I was dating a girl that lived above me in the apartment above me, and the guy across from me, he was having a mental breakdown, which he had a lot. And he was mixing chemicals, threatening to blow up the whole place because he thought that, FBI or something was after him. I don't know. Anyways, I'm up in her apartment. I hear commotion and I hear the police making all kinds of commands. So I open up the door and my manager's right outside of her door, and she's coughing and she's got her snot coming out of her nose. And then it hits me. And I didn't have all the snot and stuff, but man, it watered my eyes up. I was coughing. And then I asked her what happened. She told me what was going on with him. And we left, went outside, and I got to watch after they hit him with some rubber bullets. Watched them carry him like this. 2 cops had his legs. The other 2 had him by the chicken wing like this, and he was face down. And I'm talking streams of snot all the way to the ground. Because they sprayed him a lot, obviously.
Couldn't imagine it. It doesn't sound like it felt good.
That was over in Nuthouse Studio.
Most likely to travel the world.
If I had some of this, I would.
See, before kids, yeah. I I probably would have. We've done a couple small vacations with the kids, but not a lot. I'm a big fan of 2 lane travels. I like hopping in the car, going down small highways to little towns and finding little attractions.
There's a lot of places here in the U.S. I've never seen, let alone go anywhere else. Now I have, I've been to almost to Mexico, and that's called Los Angeles. That's it, you
know. We one of my favorite little trips I took with a friend of mine, and we hopped in the car and we tried to go down south to Ottawa to go get something to eat, and the restaurant we wanted to go to was closed. So we grabbed something else, and then he's like, "Man, are you ready to go back to Lawrence?" I said, "Not really." I was like, "You know what?" I was like, "Let's just keep driving south." So we keep driving down 59 highway, and it kind of cuts all through all sorts of towns. And I, we go probably about 45 minutes, hour south of Ottawa. And he's like, "Man," my buddy that was with me, he's like, "Do you have any plans of where we're going? Like, what are we doing?" I was like, "You know what?" I was like, "I don't have anything to do, and I've never been to Texas. Let's just go to Texas." And I was like, "Just go across the border, just say I've been there." And he was on board with it. So we start going down 59. We go past Grand Lake. I mean, it's beautiful down there. And we get to this little town called Kansas, Oklahoma, and we start seeing snow, and they're shutting down highways. And man, it just we were pretty close. We went ahead and tried to go a little bit further, and then we got turned around, and we waited at a gas station for the storm to pass, and they basically told us it was going to be another 4+ hours. So we turned around and went back, and never got to go to Texas yet, but maybe eventually. But it was a cool trip, and I'd like to go down and check out Grand Lake a little bit more, and over into those arcs.
Yeah, I want to check out a lot more. There's so much. I want to see Mount Rushmore. I want to see a lot of places.
Yeah, and
I've never been. I'd love to go to New York.
To
see the Statue of Liberty. All of it.
The road trip's kind of a lost thing. I mean, people don't really hop in the car and just drive just to see what's there. A lot of people they hop on a plane and they get to their destination, and that's that. Whereas, I mean, I'd love to just have like a 2-week span where we just hop in the car, we take a bunch of clothes with us, we take some extra money.
No people around you that will stress you out.
Yeah, and take some snacks and just don't have a plan and just go.
Road trip.
Yeah. Most likely, sorry, on to the next one.
Stay on task, man.
Most likely to match from head to toe.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, I used to, and now I'm like, hey, like I got pants on. Be happy.
You mean we shouldn't wear like Adidas?
Yeah.
An Adidas jacket, Adidas shirt, Adidas pants,
I mean, if you want
Adidas
to.
shoes.
If you want to, if that's your thing.
A Kango hat looking like LL Cool J from the 80s. Def Jam records.
Yeah. I'm just on the go so much that it's hard to do that. Most likely to have a mental breakdown in public. I mean, with kids,
I've gotten angry in public.
Well,
Rhino Rage has come out before.
Yeah, I've had people make me mad in stores, and not really a mental breakdown, but I've almost I've gotten mad. And then of course your kids do the meltdown because you're not getting them a toy or something like that, and you almost have to match their energy sometimes to bring it down.
What you do is you take them to the aisle that has belts.
No. Most likely to fall out of bed. I have a rail on my bed. I have a bed that's stilted up, and so I can store stuff under it, and it has a rail. So, drunk?
No, probably when I was a kid. I fell. I fell from a bunk bed before.
Ooh.
And that's it. I mean, I didn't break nothing. I think I just took That's probably why I am the way I am today, because I hit my head a lot.
Most likely to get their spouse's or significant other's name on their body.
Oh,
Bailey, I love you, but, and I know we've had this discussion before, like, neither one of us would ever get our name tattooed on each other.
So you're not going to put, slutty lower back tattoo of her name?
No Bailey, no Bailey tramp stamp, nothing like that. No. No, I've got my kids. Well, 3 of my kids' names. The last one is a tattoo that I need to get done and scheduled.
Just for the show, I'm gonna do what Tupac did. He put Thug Life across his stomach. I'm gonna put D's nuts across my stomach with an arrow.
If anyone wants to donate to Ryan's tattoo fund, feel free to shoot us a message.
Come
on. And we probably won't use it for a tattoo. He might do it in Sharpie.
Yeah.
Ooh, you'd be really cool.
Why?
And I don't know. Someone's probably already done it. Please let us know. If we could make the temporary tattoos, but like print them out. Like print out temporary tattoos, make your own tattoos. That'd be cool.
Yeah, because I'm really not going to get any ink. I don't have no piercings. I don't have none of that. I look like somebody that would, but I have none of that.
So I'm going to look into that. If temporary tattoos, like where you can get them printed or a thing, we'll get you a D's Nuts tattoo for your belly, and eventually whenever we start selling merch.
You got to let me work out a little bit so I can tighten up if I'm going to show my body. And then we'll just put it on my stomach, and I'll have D's Nuts with an arrow on my stomach.
Yep. Yeah. And eventually, if we start selling merch, you can get temporary tattoos of our faces. And
make sure it sticks really well so it pulls my stomach hair out. So, to make a better effect.
Most likely to have a shoe collection. You got a little bit of a shoe collection. I
have a lot of house slippers that are bandana print that I bought in Los Angeles over the years because I go visit my brother every once in a while. And I need to go back and get some more. I'd like to get some Lakers colors. I got some upstairs that are Dodgers. They say LA Dodgers on them. So I got some Steelers colored ones for Steelers.
I've got
Steelers. Hopefully they can get past first round. We'll see.
I've got a couple pairs of. I've got my everyday boots, and then I've got a couple pairs of lugs from the early '90s that I still have the boxes for, and they're still actually pretty white. I don't get them dirty, but then again, I can't remember the last time I wore them.
Maybe I need to get some British Knights. I know they were trying to bring those back.
I used to have a collection of some DC shoes and Etnies and stuff like that. But
you ain't gangster till you have some Pro Wings, yo.
Most likely to impulse buy something. I think we're both guilty of that.
Yes.
We just impulse bought snacks for this.
When I go to antique malls, I'm really bad about that, especially if I see anything Star Wars. Because I have rebuilt my Star Wars collection because of that. Yep. I have OG Star Wars guys that I didn't have not one of them just a year ago, and I have like half a dozen of them now.
I impulse bought some fidgets and some random stuff.
Yeah, it's investing for the show.
Yeah. We've got where's he at? We got The Rock up there. We've got Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Or wait.
He's right there.
Peacemaker.
Yep.
I've got E.T. Funko Pop on the bike with what's his name? Kid on E.T. I always forget.
Elliot.
Yep. And we got a little. I don't know.
You got Feed Me Seymour.
Yep.
It's from Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah. And again, if you're listening on Spotify, just close your eyes and imagine that you're seeing all this. Not if you're driving, please.
And when you close your eyes, just think of me with that tattoo on my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Most likely to talk in their sleep. I kind of feel like that goes with the.
I think I do off and on. It's not I've actually woke up and then I have
They say that I snore when I sleep, but I've never heard myself snore when I sleep, so I think it's BS. But
I only snore back in the day when I used to drink. I would snore. I don't know. I don't have no problems anymore.
Most.
It has to do with your pillow too.
Yep. Most likely to be a minimalist. I have too many hobbies. Yeah, Ryan just threw a bunch of crap out, and then I just dragged a whole bunch of crap back in his
I
house.
try to have a decent balance. I don't like too much stuff, but the thing is, I like a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. So it can be difficult. I just have to get past it.
Well, and see, that's why you haven't gotten. That's why you said you kind of haven't gotten into the Funko Pops, is because there's so many to collect.
I'm scared.
And I dabble in the Funko Pops a little bit,
like Pringles. Once you
can't just have one.
Once you pop, you won't stop. I think that's what their slogan is.
I don't know. Once you pop the fun, I don't know. Get back to us. Let us know what that slogan is.
Yes.
Also, follow up from last episode, if any of you listened. Ryan mentioned a theme park that had all sorts of problems and people dying and getting hurt, and we have found out that is Adventure Park in Action Park in New Jersey.
It was It was in the mid to late 70s. That's when I think it opened, and I think it made it to almost a full decade of the 80s before they finally closed it down.
Now, I'm not completely sure.
So go watch some of the videos. Google some of those videos.
Well, and I think that there's a low-rated horror movie that is kind of loosely based on that park and trying to make up spirit or monster type things affecting all the rides or whatever.
They could have did a Final Destination kill on that for that park.
Most likely to have owned a fake ID. I don't think my ID ever got checked enough to even need one.
Okay, so even when I was 21, I did not drink. I didn't start drinking until I hit my 30s.
See, and you're the opposite. I was pretty much done drinking by the time
It was never my
Not
thing.
that I condone this before I turned 21.
I drank hard during the decade of my 30s, and then I pretty much stopped by the time I hit my 40s.
Mm-hmm. Most likely to be a grammar Nazi. All the time on social media, I come across people, and I want to correct what they say so bad, but it'd be a full-time job. I know I'm probably just as guilty sometimes.
I use a lot of street slang.
Mm-hmm.
And, when you grow up in Top City, it kind of comes along with the territory, and I always like it's just urban talk. But, I don't know. I mean, but I can speak eloquently. I can.
Do you ever start to type something and then you're not quite sure you're spelling the word right because it doesn't look right?
Oh, of course.
So then you delete that word in half your sentence and rewrite the whole thing.
Yeah.
I do that way too often.
It is.
Or I'll use voice to type for me.
I would not be the greatest at spelling bee. I do okay, but when it comes to certain words, I just do.
Speaking of spelling bee, we are going to... So I'm going to be making a whole bunch of different subjects of cards. There'll be a lot of the who, what, when, where, whys. We'll get into some true or false, stuff like that. Yep. And also, eventually, I hope to have a link to the PDFs for these. So then if you ever want to do these with groups of friends and stuff like that, you can download the PDFs. But yeah, we're going to do all sorts of different cards, and spelling bee is one of them. So we'll take turns asking each other to spell words that probably 5th graders can spell.
Yeah, let's make Ryan look dumb. That's going to be great.
We're going to make both of us look dumb because you're going to read some of these off too.
All right.
Most likely to eat glue.
I've never done that.
No, never.
No.
I've
glued my fingers. Yep. That's about it.
I mean, I've gotten glue all over my hands and then just couldn't get stuff loose, so I just kind of would. You can't get a grip on it with your other hand because you have glue on it. So
this past summer, I have a lot of cacti that I have upstairs. My next door neighbor, they have a lot of cacti too, and she asked me if I wanted
Can't believe I finished that.
Oh, did you? She asked me if I wanted some of They're basically like the big petals of cactus, and they had the big spikes on them. And I had been drinking at the time, and this was close to the time when I quit drinking. But I reached down. I didn't even use gloves, and I pulled the cactus out and got it all over my hands. Oh, it was terrible. I had them all up in the tips, tons and tons of little prickles. And I took Elmer's glue, poured it all over my hand, and then once it dried, I peeled it off. It took the majority. It didn't take all, but not all, but most. It took most of them out. But that's a little life hack.
There we go. Life hacks with Ryan.
Yeah, there you go.
Most likely to be a dominatrix. No. I mean, no. Not for me.
I wouldn't do it with a whip, but a Singapore cane. Oh yeah.
Most likely to go with the flow. I'm pretty easy. I feel like I'm pretty easy to get along with. I feel like I could enjoy myself in almost any setting.
As long as you don't line step with me, we good.
Yep. Most likely to have OCD.
I mean, is OCD as like far as your appearance, maybe? Because I mean,
yeah,
I have to. My head has to be shaved at all times. It has to be clean, just like so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my thing. Also, I like to keep my facial hair a certain way. Yeah. If there's anything OCD, it's that.
But that's
just appearance stuff, I guess.
And I think OCD also falls under making sure stuff's organized, and I like my stuff certain places, certain ways.
Well, that's structure. I like structure. Structure doesn't have to be OCD though. You down with OCD? You know me.
Most likely. Most likely to lie about their age. I don't think I ever have.
Okay.
Maybe. No. I'll take that back. Back in elementary school, I was one of the youngest kids in my class, and it might have been junior high. I'm not sure, but I basically told kids that my parents had somehow missed one of my birthdays or something like that. I was actually a year older, and I don't know, a couple kids asked me kind of follow-up questions on it, and I think they just did it just to go along with it, but no one believed it, and I was so full of shit to say it. But
I've always kept it real with that, even with girls, like dating wise. I've dated a lot of girls who are like younger than me, in their 20s, and I'm like, I'm almost 50. I'll be 47 coming up this month, and I've always kept it real. They're either down with it or they're not.
Yep.
It's, I don't know, the age thing don't really affect me too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just gotten really white in my goatee. I look about the same as I did when I was in my 20s. I've been shaving my head since I was 24.
Most likely to get gum in their hair.
We're
both bald.
Okay, well, but in my beard, because
now
this is growing back, but trust me, when it gets long enough, I do put beads in it, and just for the show, I'm going to make some beads out of some of these nuts and have it hanging from the goatee. So that'll be fun. So stay tuned on that. But yeah, I've had egg yolk. I've had a lot of spaghetti sauce get in my goatee, and when you got white up here, it really shows.
I don't think I ever remember getting gum or any candy stuck in my hair.
No, it's always food with me. I mean, I know gum is considered food, but never gum. Yeah.
Most likely to hate their name. No, I've always been fine with my name.
I even like my middle name, and it's very old. It's Harv.
Go ahead. It's Harv.
Yeah.
My middle name's Lynn. It's same as my mom's. I can't remember the exact story of where my middle name came from, or because I think I was named also partly by a friend of my dad's.
Mine is from my uncle Harv.
Yes.
Yeah. that rest his soul.
Least likely to become famous. I feel like you get your face out there a little bit more. You do a YouTube channel. And
Todd the Bod's Gym.
And you're on a bus too. I mean, so you see a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, is it famous for the wrong reasons? Like if one of us snaps or something like that? Or
well, and I go to a lot of independent wrestling shows around the local area. And so they put a lot of their stuff on YouTube. So I'm on a lot of YouTube channels because of that. Usually wrestling ones. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Most likely to get possessed by ghosts. You say you don't do the ghost thing.
No, I don't believe in it anyways. Here's the thing is, I think it's ridiculous because if it's humans, I've been around humans for almost 47 years. They ain't got no power like that. Come on now. I believe it's a trick of the mind. There you go.
We used to, and I think I mentioned it in the last episode. We used to go walk the cemeteries and stuff like that just to creep ourselves out.
We did talk about this last time because I was talking about the Tesla supposedly picks up on ghosts in a cemetery. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Most likely to have to sleep with the light on after a scary movie.
It's never fazed me. No. I grew up on scary movies and I watched them a lot. And, Nightmare on Elm Street never bothered me. Friday the 13th never bothered me. A lot of those movies I know they were kind of cheesy and corny, but Cujo bothered me a little bit because it's a real dog and it could have been a real scenario. And when I was a little boy, I remember there was like a dog that was chasing me, and it was like I couldn't run fast enough. And the dog it was terrifying.
I'm mixed on. I mean, I've never had to sleep with the light on, but the only scary movies that really kind of not really get me, but get your brain to thinking are the more live ones. Like I know, like the Final Destination are more of a thriller movie, but man, like how many times have you been riding behind a semi? And you're just like, oh man,
that's realistic though.
And then another thing is, I mean, what is it? The movie Us. That one kind of creeped me out a little bit. And then Get Out. You've seen Get Out, right? You'll have to check them both out.
I'll look it up.
They're a little more psychological.
Yeah, which I love psychological thrillers. I always loved the Alfred Hitchcock series. I know that's going really way back, and it's even back before my time. But I went back recently and watched some of them, and I like how his approach to thrillers, how he did that,
and those
how he set it up, and
those used to be the movies that would really get people,
mess with you a little bit.
Well, and you got to think though, the old horror movies like the Attack of the 50-Foot Woman and stuff like that.
I love stuff like that.
People used to get, as far as I've always understood, people used to get scared by those movies because most of your movies before that were basically westerns and war movies, and
it's because we've become desensitized. Because back then, especially in the black and white era, they were new because TV was new. And that's why Hitchcock was like ahead of its time back then. Twilight Zone also messed with people's heads. It was known for that.
So, next one.
Onward.
Most likely to stab someone for chewing with their mouth open. People don't come at us for our snacks earlier. If we chewed with our mouth open or we were too loud, we didn't mean to be.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that.
I
chew like a cow.
I wouldn't stab someone, but I might politely ask them to not chew with their mouth open.
Mind your manners.
Most likely to give you their last dollar. I've done a lot to help people out. I feel like
Depends on the situation.
Sometimes when I didn't really have it, but other times, I had extra to give and
Yeah, I mean it's
was able to.
Yeah, I will if I can, if I'm able to.
Oh, I'm gonna skip a couple of these because we are running out of time. Most likely to invite themselves over. Oh man, like this past couple of weeks.
Just show up.
Yeah,
I'm cool with just showing up. I mean, I grew up where people did that. Nowadays people are so like, oh, call me first, call me first, call me first.
I kind of, just because I never know what we're doing.
That's because of family.
Yeah, like and we have a couple dogs we have to worry about with people, but like we've had people show up right before we're getting ready to eat dinner, and then it's like they just kind of look at you like, and you're kind of thrown off because you're like, man, like I didn't really make enough for you too because I didn't know you were coming, or they'll show up right before you're getting ready to head out the door, and then they're like upset with you that you're.
We live in the era of texting now, so texting has really eliminated a lot of that.
Hit me with the "Hey, are you home?" or
that type of thing.
Or "What are you doing?" or something like that. Now, as far as recently, with getting all this set up and everything, I think I feel like I've just kind of popped in on you a couple times. I mean, kind of gave you a general idea that like, hey, I'd be over eventually, but not like a concrete time. But
yeah, I don't like it so much.
Most likely to get abducted by aliens.
Oh yeah, aliens, huh? If I believed in them, maybe, I guess. I don't know, but I don't know. I probably get along with them.
I don't feel
I have about the same shaped head as they do.
I don't feel like we're the only ones here, or that exist as far as like
in the universe, of
intelligent life. But it's I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'd ever put myself in a situation to get abducted. I mean, I don't go out in cow pastures looking for.
What about probed?
No.
No, thank you.
Most likely to drool in their sleep. I'm guilty.
Me too. I woke up to it on the pillow, so I got a new pillow, and it's made so my neck doesn't hurt because I'm a side sleeper and I don't want to hurt my shoulders and all that. And I got a new pillow that wraps around my head and it keeps my shoulder nice and straight. Yeah, it made me drool. Yeah.
Most likely to be a pilot. I've never done a plane. I mean,
I wouldn't mind it. I've been on planes several times to Los Angeles and to Chicago, but I would totally love to be a pilot. That'd be great.
I've got friends that have their pilot license, and it seems like it's nice where anytime that they want to, they can just.
I would go skydiving and all that if I could. I like doing that stuff. I like the adventure of it. I mean, I worry about when you're the landing part. I don't want to destroy my knees and my ankles and lower back and stuff that happens with a lot of military guys that do the jumping out of planes and stuff. Not skydiving.
So we have a few more minutes. I'm gonna do a couple more of these, and then
we go over an hour, so be it.
Yeah. I mean,
it just takes longer to upload. That's all.
And in my opinion, I feel like we kind of have a pretty good flow going. I don't think that this is.
It goes quick.
Yeah. I mean, we're already almost at an hour. I feel like we've been at this like 15, 20 minutes.
We're just rapping with each other and then therefore rapping with you guys anyway.
And yeah, and it's not always going to be like this. Like I said, we intend to have future guests. We have other segments that we're working on. I want to do some more testing of stuff, and it's not just going to be food. It's going to be products. we're gonna kind of get into some of our favorite video games, movies, stuff like that too.
We encourage you guys to comment. We're not going to say a bunch of like and subscribe like a lot of them do. We're just going to tell you to crack the nuts.
Yeah,
crack these nuts.
If you enjoy it, just let us know. And tell a friend. I mean, you tell one person and
word of mouth, dude. Yeah. Please.
And
put us over.
And this isn't something that we intend on making a whole bunch of money on. This is just basically two idiots sitting in a basement bullshitting.
It's a really fun outfit.
I mean, eventually, you saw the shirts we wore last episode. Eventually, we want to get something like these made. Yeah.
Different colored materials, stuff like that, and eventually put them up there. So if you guys want them, you can.
Yeah, and we would have a low.
We're not going to break the bank. We're not going to do it.
Yeah,
don't worry.
We'd put a low price on them, and I'd probably do something similar to these mugs and some stickers, and we'd probably put a low price on them just to get our costs back and just to kind of get our name and image out there. I think we're going to try to do this at least weekly. I don't really have any intentions of doing any editing outside of eventually adding in a logo and an actual entrance, theme song, that type of stuff, and then closing credits, thank yous.
You know what I'd like to have? Like if we could put like graphics of like some squirrels running down below here.
Yeah.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
And
if you've ever seen that show.
I think so.
Yeah.
But eventually do a little bit of I guess special effects, not necessarily editing. Because we want to give you guys our true selves. We don't want to, skit and oh well, I didn't like that take, and if I stumble all over my words, that's part of who I am. Sometimes when I get to talking, I'll stumble over my words. I'll have trouble saying a word or whatever, and great. I come off as an idiot. That's how I am sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm not supposed to agree with that.
Well, we talk a lot.
Yeah.
So that's reality, man. I always talk. I'm not afraid to talk to I'll treat you like I've known you for 100 years.
We're a fifth way there.
Yeah.
Okay, finish this up with a couple, and then we're going to get this thing uploaded so everyone can have a listen. And yeah, most likely to screw up family dinner. I probably have a time or two.
That's more you than me.
Usually what it is someone else's conversation or comments, and I just kind of get tired of hearing it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You never burned water before?
Nope.
No.
Oh no! Like ruin.
Oh yeah, I thought that was like you mess up the food.
No.
Oh, you mean?
No.
Oh, you're gonna be one of those.
I'm
people.
talking like.
Oh, screw up. Like Thanksgiving dinner.
Bring up the wrong subject.
Bring up the past.
Yeah.
Bring out the rival with Uncle whosoever at Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah. I've never been a drama queen like that.
I wouldn't intentionally go out of my way, but if the wrong thing's said, I have been known to kind of retort my opinion. But yeah.
Well, yeah. It's all good. It's all good, baby.
Most likely to be a store greeter. I like talking to people.
Me too. I wouldn't have no problem doing it, especially when I get older. I don't mind it.
I'd sit inside the door or whatever, and
if you think about it, I'm a bus greeter, so very similar.
When I worked at the restaurant, I was the first face you saw when you came in.
If you're doing that to supplement income, along with your Social Security and stuff, I get it. That's cool. Why not? I mean, I don't know. I always treat those people really good, and I always like I said, I treat them like I've known them for a long time.
Most likely to be a librarian. When I was younger, I thought being a librarian was a super, super easy job. A friend of mine,
a lot of it's digitized now, so it is a little bit easier than it used to be.
It's a little, but a friend of mine's roommate went to school to become a librarian, and there's a whole lot that goes into it I didn't even know. And kudos to her, she worked her ass off for it.
I worry that I'd be the one that librarian would be telling to shh all the time.
Yeah. All right, this is going to be the last one. Most likely to invent something. I've created a lot of stuff. I've invented a lot of different foods. I've invented a lot of different.
You basically put together this studio, man.
I've invented a bunch of different card games. I dabble in a little bit of DJing just for friends of mine, and I've invented some yard games for eventual future gigs, and so I feel like I'm pretty creative. It's what keeps me up at night. I build stuff in my head, and I can't just go to sleep or stay asleep and just deal with it later. I got to wake up, I got to write it down, I got to draw it out, I've got to build something in my brain. And then when it comes to, most of the time when I tell people about stuff, they're like, what? Like, this sounds stupid. And then it comes to fruition, they're like, that's pretty cool. And, for the most part. But yeah, I feel like I'm pretty creative and inventive. But yeah.
I've created a few things here and there. Todd the Bot.
Todd
the Bot is my greatest creation.
So we haven't shown him yet.
You've helped create some kids.
Yeah. We haven't shown him yet, but Ryan took this punching dummy, right?
Yeah, he's basically, they're called Bobs.
Yeah.
They're martial arts dummies, and I turned him into Todd the Bot.
Yep. And basically he's got a mullet. He's been through hell. He was a squirrel nest for a while. Yeah. He's been full of spiders.
He's been attacked by a dog, so he has rips and dog teeth marks all over his cheeks. He's got a mullet wig.
He's been
I painted his eyes.
Thrown around at wrestling events.
Oh yeah, he's been in the ring several times.
But he's a character that Ryan created for his YouTube and just kind of all over. He takes him to wrestling shows. We've taken him to.
It's called Todd the Bod's Gym.
Yep.
And that's with 2 D's on Todd and 2 D's on Bod, apostrophe S, and then workout gym.
So if you get a chance, check out Ryan's YouTube.
We'll connect it with this.
Yeah, we can throw a. We'll do a crossover episode.
Crossover, yeah. We'll have Todd in here or something. He's upstairs though.
But yeah, want to thank everyone again, like I said, for tuning in. Thank you for the support. Most of it seems like it's coming from family and friends. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Bailey. Sorry for anything embarrassing I may say about either one of you. Future episodes or even today.
Gotta watch our gutter mouths.
Yeah. But yeah. Like I said, again, thank you to everyone that is tuning in. Thank you for the support. Keep sending in any little squirrel images or anything, and we'll make sure we give you a shout out, and we'll add it to our display on our wall once we put up more images. And just thank you, and hope to see you next time.